Today we are going to be talking about how to create a client attracting lead magnet. And just in case you don't know who I am, my name is Miranda Namias, and I do something that I like to call systematic marketing, which is all about taking complex marketing strategies and breaking them down into easy to follow systems that anybody can use in their business. So, one of the biggest mistakes I see people doing when they are creating a lead magnet for their business is that they create something that is a super amazing lead magnet, but it's doing a bad job of actually attracting the paying clients that they're really interested in attracting. What happens is that they end up attracting people who will never be paying clients and who aren't actually interested in hiring anyone to help them. They're really just looking for tips on how to DIY it themselves. And this isn't to say that DIYing is a bad thing at all. It's not. It's how I built my own business. But if you are a service provider, you really need to be focused on attracting real prospective clients and not just people that are going to sit on your email list and never actually convert into a client. So I'm actually going to give you an example. I found it on Pinterest. I don't actually think this is a lead magnet. I think it's just an infographic, but I found one that was called like 70 plus terrific blog post topics, and it looks really cute. This is actually a really great piece of content. It fits in really well with this person's audience. But if you were like, oh, that sounds awesome, I should offer something similar, and you were also trying to sell like blog post copywriting services, this would actually be a really bad lead magnet for you to offer. So a lot of people hate writing blog posts because they aren't sure what to say or how to get started. And if you remove that obstacle from their process of writing a blog post, they're actually less likely to purchase from you because you've gone ahead and solved one of their biggest problems, versus more likely to purchase from you. And you have to keep in mind that the goal of your lead magnet is not just about offering something enticing to get someone on your list that's just like super juicy. It's really all about offering something that's going to make people more likely to purchase from you and not accidentally give them something that's going to make them less likely to purchase from you. So, what problem can you solve that also points them in the direction of hiring you? Because you do also want to solve a problem. You don't want to like not solve any type of problem. You just need to solve the right type of problem. So I would come up with something about maybe like how important it is to have blog posts on your site. So if their goal is to generate traffic, maybe you can create a lead magnet about why you need to have blog posts in order to increase your traffic. Or you could give them something actionable like a blog post checklist. So these types of things are still going to be helpful to that DIY audience, but it doesn't give away the farm. A checklist is a great way to cover what somebody should do when they're publishing a blog post, but not necessarily how to do it. Which is what your service is going to do. So for example, a checklist item on your list might be come up with a compelling blog post topic, but you wouldn't also want to give them the ideas for those topics because that's what they pay you the big bucks for. So the example of the 70 plus terrific blog post topics is actually telling them how to do something, which is how to choose a topic, instead of leaving them wanting more in sort of drawing the horse to water to get them to ultimately hire you to help them with the next piece of the puzzle. So I do still think that that's a really good lead magnet, just not for if you're offering blog post copywriting services. And I do want to stress that although the goal here is to leave them wanting more and ultimately get them to hire you. We don't want to frustrate your prospective clients. Make sure your lead magnet does actually solve a problem. That's really, really important. Just not the exact problem that your services also solve. So if your lead magnet solves one problem, it should leave them asking like, what do I do now? What's the next step? And then that's where you would come in and naturally sort of lead into promoting your service as the answer to this problem. So that is how you would sort of choose the type of topic that you're going to pick for your client attracting lead magnet. And now I'm just going to go through the 5 steps really quick of how to create this client attracting lead magnet. So the first step is to identify your target audience. I actually cover this in my free Build Your Biz Bootcamp. If you haven't already taken it, you should, because it talks about how to identify your target audience in the first lesson. And then the second step you should do is identify the problem that your service solves that your target audience has. So a problem that your target audience has that you and your service solves. Then number 3, identify a related problem that somebody might have right before they would purchase your service. So this is what we talked about how maybe people have trouble like they don't know how to format a blog post. They don't know why they need blog posts. These are things that they're going to be thinking about right before they might hire somebody to write a blog post for them. And then number 4 is to create a lead magnet that solves the related problem. And then number 5, you're going to follow up on your lead magnet with a welcome, nurture, sales sequence that sells your offering. The welcome, nurture, sales sequence is something that I teach. It's all about welcoming them, introducing them to you and all of your content and what you do and how you help people. Nurture them is to educate them, give them great content, and then you go into the sales portion of the email sequence, which actually sells your offering. And I recommend doing this over like a 5 to 8 email sequence over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks. And I have a different video on all about like the welcome, nurture, sales sequence if you want to go ahead and check that out, because I do think that this is an important part of actually taking the next step and converting your clients after they've signed up for the lead magnet. So yeah, that is how you go ahead and create a lead magnet that is going to attract and convert clients for you.